So what do you think are the best characteristics of a great and powerful leader? Having been led by some incredible leaders in my life, I recently forced myself to sit down and figure out my 3 biggest characteristics that my favorite leaders have in common. But I also want to hear from you below. Who are a few of your favorite leaders? And what are the characteristics you love the most? Now, when I talk about leaders, for me personally, these are people like John Maxwell, Josh Coates, Simon Sinek, Brené Brown, and Brendon Burchard. Yes, all 5 of those powerful leaders have all 3 of the characteristics we're going to talk about here today. Starting with number 1, and that is they really want the best for everyone, even the haters. This is something that I need to get much better at. And that is not only really wanting the best for the people that you lead, but also wanting the best for the people who don't really connect with you. I feel like when you have this deep belief that to them, it totally makes sense based off of their past, why they've said or done that it can help you reframe it to see it from their own eyes. And genuinely wanting the best for others, not only does it shine through, but it's one of those characteristics that you really can't hide. You know if the leader wants the best for you or just for themselves. And it's much more than their words, it's how they show up and how they communicate. Which is why characteristic number 1 for me is always, am I following a leader who really wants the best for everyone? Now, characteristic number 2 is doing the hard things, especially when it's easier not to do them. And I don't mean just when people are under the light. I'm talking about you're doing the hard things when nobody is watching. Sometimes this can even include pushing others to do the same thing in their lives. Being willing to lean in, get uncomfortable, solve problems, focus on solutions, especially when your brain and your head voice wants to lead you down that path instead. So the second characteristic of great and powerful leaders is doing the hard things, especially when no one's watching. And the third piece is being the hope that other people need. Here's the truth. A lot of people don't necessarily believe in themselves in this moment. They may not even believe that what you've done is something that they're capable of doing. But as a leader, I feel like we are the dealers of hope. In times when people don't have hope, they don't think it's possible for them, and they think they're the exception to the rule, we need to be there to help build them up. And I see all the powerful leaders providing hope, lifting people up, and getting them back in the fight for another round. One of my mentors described this as allowing others to ride on your coattails, especially when they don't 100% believe in themselves. Now, there's one caveat to this though, and that is don't forget that no matter where you are, there's someone else out there who needs to ride on your coattails as well. Don't forget to give them something to grab onto. Now, you might get to this point and wonder, how do these leaders communicate these type of characteristics to the people they want to lead? Don't worry, I got you covered. Tap the screen to watch this next video. How leaders speak so others will listen. And above all, keep leading from the front, leader.